New at 6, Senator Raphael Warnock has been in Congress for 20 days, and he's wasting no time introducing and sponsoring several pieces of legislation. The senator says addressing Medicaid issues in Georgia tops his list. 11 Alive's Latasha Givens has more.
We're focused on putting billions of dollars of federal funds in Medicaid expansion.
In his first press conference as a senator, Reverend Raphael Warnock lists Medicaid expansion as a top priority. Just days prior, Senator Warnock introduced a bill called the States Achieve Medicaid Expansion, or the SAME Act of 2021. He says it will cover the 500,000 Georgians who are currently out of coverage. The SAME Act would allow federal funds to match state Medicaid costs. According to the State Department of Community Health, Medicaid enrollment in Georgia surged last year during the height of the pandemic, closing out the year with more than 2 million child and adult recipients. Senator Warnock says the bill would strengthen rural hospitals, community health centers, and in turn boost the state's economy. The irony of introducing this legislation is that it's the very reason he says he was arrested back in 2017.
And I got arrested standing up for Medicaid expansion in the Capitol. And now I've introduced legislation, the SAME Act, that will help make sure that Georgians get the federal funds we need to get these people insured.
9 other senators, 8 Democrats, and 1 independent are also sponsoring this legislation, including Senator Jon Ossoff. Now, in the past, Republicans have balked at the idea of vast Medicaid expansion, saying it is a financial risk their states can't afford to take. But the Democrats, thanks to Vice President Kamala Harris as the tiebreaker, have enough votes to get this passed if they all decided to support it.